When you're in a relationship, you sometimes get in a fight and you're just like, fuck you, I hate you, da-da-da-da. Well, it's a toxic relationship particularly. If you're in that type of relationship, things can escalate and you can say these things. Whereas afterwards, and you really feel what has gone on, you just are like, why'd you do this? Like, how could you do this to me? It's not even like, I hate you, I'm done with you. It's just like, how? Why? Like, why? There's nothing else to say. It's just you're so hurt. So I think that like the creative process with this song in particular was really interesting because the first kind of thing that I had was the title and was Reckless. I thought that was really awesome, and I also thought it was funny, like following up Selfish, like Reckless. It just made sense in my head. It felt really cool, and it was kind of about constructing this concept around the title because I said this in real life. I remember having a conversation with someone and literally saying, how could you be so reckless? And I was like, that's a good song idea. Hey, this is a story I hate, and telling it might make me break, but I'll tell it anyway. Writing this, I wanted to start it off, just being like, hey, like, whoever's reading this is a story that, it might really take a toll on me telling it, but I want to, and I want it to be heard, and I want to, say these words because I feel like it will probably bring me some sense of inner peace. This chapter is about how you said there was nobody else. Then you got up and went to her house. You guys always left me out. I wanted to portray this story of, if you're dating somebody or seeing somebody and there's kind of this person in their life that you might have, your gut instinct might be a little off and you're like, your relationship with this person seems a little bit more than just friends. This happened to me where I had my gut every single time said individual was around. I was like, something's going on here. This is weird. As somebody with strong intuition, I couldn't really ignore those feelings. As the song unfolds and as the story unfolded, it turned out that, my gut instinct was right in the moment that we broke up. These two got together. So it's kind of just like, if I was invited, which was rare, to hang out with this group or these people, it felt like I was there because I had to be, not because anyone wanted me to be. That took a toll on me mentally a lot. I felt like no one liked me and no one wanted me around, and it got to the point that I couldn't really deal with it anymore, and I felt like I deserved more respect than to be left out of like group environments or like if friend things were going on. I'm like, you as my boyfriend or you as somebody who I'm with should want me there, and if you don't, then I don't think that we should be together. I still have the letter you wrote when you told me that I was the only girl you'd ever want in your life. I guess my friends were right. Okay, now we're broken up, and I still don't want to believe that anything's going on between the two of you. And I still have this letter that you wrote, and I'm reading it, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that what I'm feeling and thinking is not true, and what I'm hearing is not true, because I have more faith in you and this girl or whoever to, not hurt me in any capacity. So then the line comes where it's like, I guess my friends were right. That's a totally separate thing of finding out that it was indeed true and being like, okay, I guess I have to accept this as reality. And that's such a knife to the chest, and that's such a hard moment because you're like, why? Like, I don't want this to be real. Like, it just hurts so much to put self-doubt within yourself and start questioning your own sanity and being like, wait, am I being ridiculous? There's nothing going on between these two, da-da-da-da-da. And then you turn out to be right. And then that just sucks. And that's a really painful moment. Each day goes by and each night I cry. Somebody saw you with her last night. You gave me your word, don't worry about her. You might love her now, but you love me first. Said you'd never hurt me, but here we are. Oh, you swore on every star. How could you be so reckless with my heart? That's the worst part about, something happened, whether it's being cheated on or whether it's, my gut instinct was right and maybe you didn't cheat on me, but you got with this girl the second we broke up or whatever it might be. The situations all vary. But when somebody you're in a relationship tells you, I swear it's not true, da-da-da-da, and then you find out it was, that's like even worse than it had being done, because I'm like, I trusted you when not only did my gut, which don't question your gut, ever. When your gut is telling you that something's up, and I'm questioning myself, you have me out here questioning myself, you're telling me that this is not true, and then it turns out to be true, that's worse than anything you could ever do to somebody, because I'm like, at least have the courage to own up. At least have the courage to tell me the truth. You did what you did. You made a choice. It's fine. We're all human at the end of the day. But the least you can do, if you have some decency and love and respect for me, is be honest. You check in and out of my heart like a hotel. There comes a point in certain relationships that you get like into this cycle, man, that's just like, okay, we're done. Every argument, whether it's over where are we eating for dinner, it's like we get into an argument, it gets escalated enough, it's like, okay, we're done. I'm breaking up with you, we're finished. And it's so repetitive, and once you get into that cycle, it can be really, really hard to break out of it. And she must be perfect, oh well. I hope you both go to hell. Screw you both for letting me fall for your tricks and like making me think that nothing was going on and making me think that like I was crazy. Because, you know, if anyone's close to me, like this is like full transparency, if people are close to me in my life, they know how much I struggle mentally, and especially like when I'm alone at night in my bed, I'm sitting there overthinking everything under the sun. I'm an extremely paranoid person. I have crippling anxiety, like everything on the list, and it's like for you to know that I struggle on the level and to the capacity that I do, because when you're close to me, you really see it and you know. For you guys to let me spiral in my bed and think that I'm being crazy and like perpetuate this narrative that I have in my head that I might be, I was just like, literally, fuck the both of you and all of humanity at that same time. How could you be so reckless with my heart? How could you be so reckless? How could you be so reckless? How could you be so reckless with someone's heart? When we were trying to write a bridge, it just didn't feel right to have new lyrics come in there. I really just wanted to emphasize on the reckless line because I'm just like, how could you do this to me? You know, and I also really wanted to emphasize this because I feel like this is a big departure for me from Selfish, where Selfish is me really talking about like, you know, I always knew you weren't the right one for me. I always knew. But Reckless is like, I thought you could have been. I thought you could have changed for me. And I don't know how you could be so reckless with someone's heart. And that's also why I wanted that lyric flip on the someone's heart rather than my heart. Because it's just in general, like, I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's the next girl. I don't care if it's a stranger. Like, how could you not care? How does this not keep you up at night? I just can't comprehend that. And it was definitely the line I wanted to emphasize the most. And I definitely was crying when I sang this part in the song. It was a very, very emotional part for me to sing. Hey, this is a story I hate, but I told it to cope with the pain. I'm so sorry if you can relate. I really wanted to end the song with that flip perspective, talking to the listener or the reader, whoever it might be. Again, I wanted to flip it back and be like, hey, I'm still here, by the way. I'm still talking to you and telling you this story. Verbalizing my feelings has been something that through therapy I've learned helps tremendously, because as somebody who does like internalize a lot of things and I have a lot of like negative self-dialogue, talking about them out loud can actually take a lot of that negativity and pain off of it. And then also just nod to the fact that if you made it this far in the song and if you're still listening, I would assume you can relate to this, and I'm so sorry. And that's just what I wanted to say. And I knew that I wanted to end the song with this outro and apologizing for, like, you know, if you can relate, I'm just like, I'm giving you a hug through the song. I now do navigate the world in a different way, and I have my guard up for sure. I have had my trust broken many, many a times. And, you know, I, by the way, want to just add, because hi, internet, I love you. There's no like drama or beef on my end between anybody. I, you know, have nothing but love for people in my past, and I think everybody serves their purpose and teaches you a lesson for a reason. So I don't fault anyone or hate anyone. So please don't send anything anyone's way. All is good in the world. There's more to focus on, and love is needed. So just wanted to say that. And also, yeah, you know, I think that like everyone teaches you a lesson and prepares you for your future and older self. And I'm very grateful for the people in my life who taught me, you know, what I don't deserve.